Hello friends, I am Sarabjit. Now I will be talking about an idea and how we convert this idea into a unicorn startup in the post-COVID-19 scenario. In the post-COVID-19 era, we start with the markets, and within the market, we look at a niche which we can serve worldwide. Then we look at the needs of this niche and the strategies required to bring this about. And then we see, okay, this really is the idea behind our startup. Let's see how we work this out. We look at how ideation occurs. These are ways to think. First, find a problem you want to solve in the niche market, then do disruptive thinking. Disruptive thinking is doing things totally different from what people are doing. They're going in a straight line to try and solve a problem. We will take a diversion and do things totally differently. So different that we come up with an idea totally new to the world. This way, we identify the future big opportunities. And now let's look really into the basics of disruption. A disruption really is how would Industry X look if built with post-COVID-19 tools? And to look at this, we first break current service models into pieces, the way things are done in the pre-COVID world, and then we reassemble these pieces into post-COVID-19 ways. These ways are the technologies, models, and processes that we now have in the post-COVID era, which really starts from June 2020. Now, what we do is to combine these additional components and remove low-value additions and outdated parts. Now, when we do this, what would Uber look like if it had been developed in the post-COVID era with all the beautiful tools we now have? Same thing with Airbnb. How different it would be if they had the tools we have now in the post-COVID era. Now let's look at solving a problem. For this, we need a solution. So find real and interesting problems in the first place. Then ask from target customers, what are the problems they face? This could be people, it could be companies. Search online in the industry you want to work in with your solution and with the customers and the problems they have. Then find and or design best solution idea for these problems. So let us identify future big ideas. Look at post-COVID-19 mega trends. There are mega trends all around you. They are in technology, society, business, environment, and many other areas. Now imagine 2030 scenario related to these mega trends. Develop business ideas based on impact of new tools that we now have in the post-COVID era. These new techs that have now emerged in a big way is digital transformation, artificial intelligence, which has really developed very fast and amazingly, then the data economy. More important and bigger than this is the platform economy, where data economy is worth today at an estimated $1 trillion. Platform economy is worth $3 trillion a year now. Then we have the API economy, my data, and many more other new technologies. Tony Ulwick has kindly released a presentation for startupcommons.org, and being a member of startupcommons.org, affiliate business advisory. I am honored to present this to you. Now, in the pre-COVID era, startups worked with ideas, then they looked at markets, needs, and strategy. This is the wrong approach because in the very fast operating digital technologies of post-COVID era, we no longer can solve the problems for startups this way. All ideas are not equal, nor worth building or testing. This is what has happened in the very fast way things are developing now. This approach starts with the idea. Begin with an initial idea. This is what they said in the pre-COVID era. Then brainstorm to generate lots of ideas out of this one idea. Okay? Sub ideas or tangential ideas, whatever. You see here a startup advisor, and he's moderating this brainstorming with the startup co-founders. So they generate a lot of ideas. There are a volume of ideas. And are we able to test good ideas here? We just cannot. We have to go idea by idea, really. And, you get random ideas which you have to test one by one, and there is a lot of waste, both in time and resources. Resources means what these co-founders have in their heads. Now, growth is left to change in this kind of situation. Change means that you have a volume of ideas, you keep trying again and again, and you change these ideas and go to the next idea. So you depend upon a change to get you to the right idea. So then you hope to find markets in which these ideas will work. And then again, you hope this market needs are met by the idea you have got. And then hope is to find a strategy to work in this market. Now, what I say is that hope is not a strategy. We have to abandon this approach in a fast-changing world. So, isn't it an attractive market simply not big enough when we look at ideas? This is what we ask. Then we say, does not what the idea we got address the right needs, or which we call unmet needs? And isn't strategically sound idea now with us? Now that's where it will not work because we cannot answer those questions. So now we go to another approach in this fast moving world, and we start with the markets. A niche market, in fact, as I said right in the beginning, we look at a niche market we want to serve, and we want to serve it globally. This niche market has certain needs. They want some solutions to the problems they got. These are the needs. Then we have to look for a strategy to serve these needs well and at a profit for the customer, and to give them a solution that really brings a lot of satisfaction to them. And then we look at the ideas of how to give them more and more satisfaction. This is the right approach. So here we eliminate change. We just look at one thing and work on it. We don't change again and again to stumble upon an idea. So what is the need of a customer? We have a market, and in this market, what is the need? Say it could be need to drill. There's a need to drill holes in a plate. So this plate goes into a computer and you need to drill holes. Now, how will you do this, for instance? Then there is a need to decorate for a householder. How do you decorate? How do you decorate considering all the new technologies that are now available? We just don't buy a picture, frame it. Is the new technology able to create reproductions of any masterpiece undistinguishable from the real masterpiece? Yes, there are. Now, how do we project it? Do we frame it or what? So we have to think of all this considering the new technologies. Now, ideas, there are different types of ideas. So there are creative triggers of getting at ideas. These ideas could be related to a platform, business model, features, or how the customers go to the market, or how we also go to the market. Do ideas in sequence, in order? You look at the idea in sequence, how does this work? Okay, in various sequences. Then we look at the criteria and outcomes. The criteria is that we want to drill a hole. When we drill a hole in a plate, what are the various types of outcomes? How many of these outcomes are positive, how many are negatives? We look at things like that. Then we look at the cost, effort, and risk of adapting this solution that the ideas has led us to. Now, the whole thing is that we have to find a niche. Okay, so the finalized idea, now iterate, find, and uniquely serve a market niche. This is the whole idea. We have finalized the idea. Now we have to keep on iterating this idea and finding unique, things behind this idea so that we can best serve the market niche. So this is how we depict this. The market has triggered this whole process. The markets we went to needs, from needs to strategy, and the ideas. Ideas we get to serve a niche market. And we keep on iterating this till we come to the solution. This is how the thing works. So, gentlemen, I would like to thank you now for staying with us, and let's meet again very soon.